Hello, everybody, and welcome back to today's segment. We have Louise Sanders from the Stress Experts joining us once again. How are you, Louise?
I'm great, Tracy. How are you?
Good. So, for those of you guys that have been tuning in, we are doing a big series on the Enneagram. So, if you haven't caught the first segment, go back, watch that one. We talk about what the Enneagram is, the framework, all the good details. Louise shares all the good stuff in there. And then each of the segments after, we go through personality Enneagram types 1 through 9. So, you might want to watch each of those after to see if you can pinpoint which one you might be. So today, I do believe we are on to the number 2. You want to take it away and talk about the number 2 characteristics, all that good stuff, Louise?
Absolutely. So the Enneagram Type 2 is also known as the helper
Okay.
or the giver. So this type of personality, if we were to describe the archetype, is empathetic, sincere, and warm-hearted. They're friendly, generous, and very self-sacrificing. But they also can be sentimental, kind of over-flattering, and people-pleasing. What a 2 really wants is to be wanted and to be loved. They really want and love to be wanted and loved. um, what they want to be indispensable to others. And the reason they want that is because they want you to stick around with them. They want you to like them. Because when you like them, they like themselves.
Yes. Okay.
So they can be giving and generous, and they almost develop a pride around it. So it's almost like, I am so giving. Like it's kind of sometimes it's hard to see in how this is possible. So they're so giving that they're proud to be the one that gives to you.
Is this kind of, and I know our second part is always strength, weakness, strength. And then this part where you're talking about is a strength, but it can be a weakness,
It can
right?
be yes, and it becomes a distortion in what they're trying to achieve. They're trying to be wanted and loved, but in their attempt to achieve that, they're actually creating dependency on them.
Okay.
So sometimes they can be a little manipulative. They don't mean to do this, but in their desire to be wanted and loved, they don't want to lose anyone. They don't want to lose the love of anyone. Their motivation is to be liked.
Yeah.
So they're going to people please. They will deny themselves of any needs that they have in order to help others. But what's funny is that they're not really helping others. They just, again, we're talking about the lower level health here.
Yeah.
A lower level 2 is going to be helping in order to get.
Okay.
So they give to get. They're the give a hug to get a hug kind of people. Um, so they're trying to avoid any of their needs because they kind of repress them and suppress them, and they're unacceptable because they don't want to be needy. They want to be there for you. And in that way, you're meeting their needs. So it's a kind of manipulative thing. So they're there for you because then you're there for them.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. So the sliding of the healthy to unhealthy,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, because when they get healthier, they give because that's what they want to do. They genuinely give without any strings attached. And
Yes.
they help without any strings attached.
Yes. I could
They're
see that though. You always hear of those giver types, and I know a few that give, but then do they not get resentful too?
absolutely, they can
Yeah.
get really resentful and get angry when they're not appreciated.
Yeah.
So if you want to speak the love language of a 2, say thank you and appreciation for even the tiniest things. That is their currency for a 2, is hearing thank you.
Yes.
Because
I
it
know
makes
it too. And when I did this work with you and I was reading through, I really, actually, this has been an important one to you because I have a 2 in my life that is very important to me and very different personality. Sorry to jump in there, Louise. Very different personality than me. and what's important to them is not really my game at all, I realized I'm like, oh, I need to do a better job. Not that I didn't say thank you, not that I didn't show appreciation, but I go over to make them feel good and really appreciate them, right? Where I don't
Absolutely.
need that. It's like, tell me thank you, whatever, right? That's not important to me. I know if you're genuine, but now knowing this, for that too, I work harder to express that to them.
That's right, because it means so much to them.
Yes.
Another example of what it doesn't mean anything to me, but I learned this. So I have a friend that's a two, and just, she's like, so I have a friend that's a two, and or a common friend between me and Elaine. And she's like, okay, well, tell Elaine I say hi. I'm like, okay. And I never even said hi to Elaine, that my friend said hi. And the next time she's like, well, did you say hi to Elaine? I'm like, no. That it's so important. It's so
Okay.
important. And just so that they know that people are thinking of them, and that they're around, and that they have your attention. And I'm like, that doesn't mean anything to me. Like, if I don't think I'll ever say to someone, tell them I say hi. As a 9, that's like way too self-important. Like,
That's
like
funny. That's so funny.
for a 2, it's like, of course, and then I talk to another 2, and it's like, yeah, you have to say hi when someone says hi, like, to pass on the hello. It's like, that matters. I didn't know that.
I need to add to this, Louise, because so very relevant. I was going to tell you, I know your sister as well. At the beginning, I was going to tell you to tell Elaine, hi. But to me, I'm doing it to be friendly. Do I care? Will I die if you don't pass it on? Would I expect you to actually pass it on? No, because I wouldn't. It's just more, I'm expressing concern about your sister.
Yeah.
So yeah, same thing. It'd be like, I would say it to be genuine, and I do care, but if you
Yes.
don't pass it on, I wouldn't care.
Apparently, from the 2s that I know in my life, it's important.
Interesting. Interesting, eh? And this
Yes.
is the power of this work, because knowing yourself, the healthy, the unhealthy, and also knowing, I say, about the people that are closest into your life, because the 2 I know very near and dear to me, and I want to make sure that I express how they need to be loved, right? But if I didn't know this, heck, I'd be off base with them every single day, right?
That's
Because
great.
we're like Mars and Venus.
Yes. And we think that everyone thinks like we do, and everyone sees the world like we do. And then learning this is like, oh, they don't?
Yeah, I know.
Like, everyone is weird.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with everybody else. Spoken like a true 8.
Nice.
I'm joking. It's fun. It's fun to learn about this stuff and joke. And really, I mean, when I laugh about it, it's actually just really expressing how big of game changers these are. It's like,
Yes.
oh, wow. Right.
And once you learn the personalities, and I love that we can talk about it, because it's less personal then. It's
Yes.
not about you, and it's not about me. It's about the personality.
Yeah.
We're all more than our personality, but we're talking about our tendencies and archetypes and stuff like that. But it's not talking about each person individually. So it is something to laugh at
Yeah.
and to joke about and take lightly.
Well, and it has been, and it's helped me with this person, because before I'm like, why are they being like that? And I would be personally offended and put that on them. And then that affects the relationship, right? Where it's like, oh, they're just being a 2.
That's right. And another thing that's good is, knowing what makes an 8 angry is different than what's going to make a 2 angry. Like I was saying, a 2, if they don't get appreciation and thank you. So if there's a 2 in your life that's feeling angry, maybe, kind of question, where are they not feeling appreciated? Where could you, give genuine appreciation?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, for
Game
relationship.
changer.
Yes.
I love this. I love this work. It is so interesting. And I know I've said in one of the previous ones, but I should probably say it in every segment. I wish this stuff was taught in school. How much better would we get along with our parents, siblings, spouses, children, coworkers. And to me, honestly, if we all knew this, and I'm not blowing this out of the water, this is so important, this stuff. Could you imagine how much healthier our intimate relationships would be, and then community, and then go on from there?
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah. Louise, get on it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
There's your task in life. The 8 is tasking you with taking over the world and improving. Yeah. Improving the school system. Just one person. You've got it. I have this. Oh, fun. Okay, so we covered strength, weaknesses, characteristic, what motivates them. If you don't have anything to add, I'm going to do a final call out and ask you to talk about the coaching that you do with people, about the Enneagram, how you work with people, and how people can connect with you if they want to learn more.
Awesome. So if you do want to learn more, you can find us at our website at thestressexperts.com or email us at info@thestressexperts.com. But what makes us unique is the way that we help you discover your Enneagram type. So you can go to online tests and figure out what type you are, but it's only 50 to 60% accurate. And that can be very confusing if you get the wrong type. And it can make it a lot more difficult for you, and it's going to frustrate you and maybe even cause relationship issues. So what we do is we work in a dialogue type. So working with worksheets, reflection questions, different topics that we talk about. So you actually be like an archaeologist and discover your type. So we do that through more of a dialogue. We combine it in with our coaching. We can do standalone Enneagram sessions to just help you find your type, but finding your type is just the beginning. So working with your type and how to get into those higher levels of development is what we work on with our coaching. So we kind of fold it in together, the Enneagram typing session mixed with our coaching. So again, you can find us at thestressexperts.com or email us at info@thestressexperts.com.
Excellent. And we will put those details in the show notes as well. As always, Louise, it's been a blast. I really enjoyed chatting with you about this Enneagram type. Thank you for the work you do. Thank you for joining us. And thank you in the audience. If you enjoyed this, like it, share it, get it out there so other people can hear about this great body of work. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.